And good morning. It's 6:30. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Right now, 70 as we wait for a high of somewhere around 83 today. Chances of showers early, it's not a big chance, and then we'll have partly sunny skies taking over, especially after 3 o'clock. So a good day, it looks like, in store for us as rain will move out this weekend. We've got details on the forecast coming up. Won't y'all be glad to see that? It is wet outside. Step off the road, you go ankle deep, don't you? We hope that is finally going away there. Good morning to you. We got a lot of fun coming up this morning. It's Fun Friday. The gang will be back beginning at 7. A few headlines we're going to go over in a few moments and let you know what's happening in the world, what's happening around you, and we'll get into all things local at 7 o'clock as well. So join us for all of that. Right now, let's get our good message of the day. Brother Ben joins us all the way from Collinsville.
One of the strange things about living is that it always carries with it the prospect of dying. To live in the fallen age is to eventually die, and that eventuality may come at any moment. Now, that may sound morose, but it's a reality we can't escape. Therefore, we must think biblically about it. Apostle Paul in the book of Philippians had life and death on his mind. When he wrote that letter, he was actually in prison for preaching the gospel and didn't know if he'd survive. But listen to how he thought about life and death in Philippians 1:21 through 23. He said, "For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain. But if I'm to live on in the flesh, this will mean fruitful labor for me. And I do not know what I will choose, but I'm hard pressed between the two, having the desire to depart and be with Christ, for that is very much better." Now, those are powerful words. You see, from a biblical worldview, death for a Christian is not a loss. It's a gain. It's better to die in God's timing and go be with the Lord in heaven. There you'll be completely whole. You'll have unmediated fellowship with God. You'll be surrounded by other believers who died and with the angels. There will be no more sin or sadness, pain or death. I mean, it's going to be heavenly, literally. So death for the believer is gain. But what are we supposed to do until that happens in the Lord's timing? Well, Paul said that to die is gain, but to live is Christ. In other words, to live is to serve Jesus. Fruitful labor for Jesus, to pour out your life for Jesus. And what a joy that is. Listen, for the living, death is always just around the corner. And what a day that'll be when you close your eyes on earth and awake in heaven. We have to live in light of that reality. But until then, we have a Savior to serve. So go serve your King with every ounce of your life. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And we all said amen. Big thank you to Brother Ben there. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, we're glad to have you a part of it. I'm Scotty Ray. We'll go over a few headlines shaping America as we head toward our local headlines beginning at 7. We'll find out about weather and a few things else going on in our neighborhoods. Robin, good morning there. Wesley, morning. One of our first stories that we come to this morning is fraud. And I know you're thinking, was Shad White involved with this? This time I don't think so. This is on a federal level. Anytime where there's money, there's, well, the chance of someone breaking the law. And we find that today, where we find 6 people, including a USDA employee, has been busted in a $66 million food stamp fraud scheme. That's pretty strong, isn't it? What was going on? This is where it gets tricky. Alyssa Davis, a USDA employee responsible for identifying SNAP fraud, allegedly sold hundreds of EBT numbers, enabling over $36 million in fraudulent SNAP redemptions to unauthorized stores. So this is stores that could not take food stamps were given this. It supplied 160 unauthorized EBT terminals to stores across New York to illegally process $30 million in EBT transactions. That was a scheme. I'm not sure what these stores were selling, but they weren't supposed to be taking EBT cards. What is that? Your tax dollars is what we're getting at here. Again, the total, $66 million. 6 people arrested. We'll see what sentences they end up getting with that. That's just wrong. There's people that needed that, and it was going for, well, products they shouldn't have been. Hey, do you remember the and I'm going to show her a picture, the redhead that Jen, and I never can say her last name right, Jen Pakistani, am I close to that? We're kind of close to that. She spoke for the Biden administration, and then she would get a job at MSNBC as soon as it was over, a nightly news show. Even MSNBC viewers didn't like her as well. That's over. There's her picture if y'all remember her. They quietly removed the show and started running reruns. You got bad ratings if they do that. A U.S. embassy is going to be reopening after 13 years, and the one I'm talking about is in Syria. Negotiations have worked out, and our flag is being raised as we speak. Do you remember, and a lot of times, the names behind the scenes we often forget, but what they done was, well, valor, to say the least. Bernard Kirk, who was a New York police commissioner during 9/11, has passed away at the age of 69. We salute you for all that you've done for the citizens of America during such a troubled time. He worked for Rudy Giuliani. This is where we get into legacy media. All I've seen for the last 2.5 to 3 weeks is Elon and Trump don't get along anymore. Have y'all seen those headlines? They scroll past your Facebook page. You see it on Twitter. You see it everywhere that you look. TikTok as well. Today, 1:30, there'll be a press conference between the two at the White House. Say it ain't so. Today marks the 130 days that a special agent can work for the government. It ends today when he goes back to his normal life there. They'll discuss everything. Listen to that straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. See what they have to say about each other. Alabama Democrats, they want to challenge Tuberville as he gets ready to run for governor of Alabama. They're saying, wait a minute, we think he stays in Florida way too much, and that's not his permanent residency in Alabama. So they're trying to shake things up to cause some turmoil. Y'all want to know why? They're pretty sure he'll win. You often see that. Oh, you ever just, and I've said this for the last 10 years, and it may even been longer. You ever just watch somebody and you go, I don't trust them. There's something about what they're saying is just not believable. Mine comes from whichever way the wind blows is where his opinion goes and who he's endorsing that day. Lindsey Graham. He will also have a challenger in the 2026 re-election bid. Already a Democrat, Annie Andrews, saying she will challenge him. I don't trust him. They need a stronger Republican in that slot. Again, he's any way the wind blows. I just, that's my opinion. Y'all may love him. Bless you, as they say in the Deep South. Bless you. Bless your heart. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence now are officially kin. Their kids eloped and got married. Can you imagine what that child's going to be like? Congratulations to both of them. It's getting a little ridiculous in my opinion, but again, this is just my opinion, is Hawaii becomes the first state when you check into your hotel. It's kind of like here, you check into a hotel, you get slapped with tax, and it ends up going to the max. In Hawaii, it will go for a green fee, environmentalist. If your room costs you somewhere around $400 a night, it will be $3 that you owe to the environmental. They say it's going to pay for a lot of beaches and other environmental issues going on in Hawaii. And that's on top of the other tax that you already paid. Isn't there a dog bounty hunter fee or something that you have to pay?
Probably so.
It's expensive in Hawaii is what I'm getting at. Judge Jenny, she has been officially sworn in. And she sends it out, a message, corrupt politicians in D.C., be ready for me. I like Judge Jenny. She's very strong, and I don't think she's ever lost an argument, has she? At least not with her husband. She's not married anymore, I don't think, but I think she's going to do great. She sure has seemed to be doing the right thing all these years. I couldn't watch this movie. Maybe a lot of y'all did because, well, it was one of those movies you had to watch between your fingers. Chucky, do y'all remember that? Child's Play? Yeah. I just couldn't watch Chucky and have nightmares of little dolls chasing me. Ed Geld, the guy who played Chucky, has passed away at the age of 61. So if you're a big Chucky fan, your hero has passed away. Who didn't see this coming as we talk about reality shows and TV shows of who gets a new show? As we learned, the lady there from Biden's administration just didn't cut it. But there's an all-new TV show coming, and you're going to say, I knew that. They just got out of prison the day before yesterday, and Lifetime has already announced that they will be doing a show with Todd and Julie Chrisley. No word what the title of it is, but I'm sure it will be a play on whatever happened to them in prison. I'm done with them. That's my opinion. Yeah. But America will watch.
No more.
And I'm going to say one story, and I want y'all to remember this because I'll bring this one up, and I'm going to wait to the morning show to bring up another one. Dan Bongino. Think the world of Dan. Said Dan Bongino. I think he's an honest fella. He had a podcast pretty much like what we do, and he spoke the truth. He is now the deputy director of the FBI. He says that he's going to get rid of the conspiracy theories and release a video of Epstein, the hallway there, because there's no video that was, I don't think, actually on it. But apparently there was a video that showed the hall where nobody walked in. They may have showed Dan that. But video can be manipulated to the highest level. I still am not convinced. He says he's going to release the video and it should get rid of all doubt. I will still have doubt after that. And why? I'll tell you, coming up the morning show, why I have extreme doubt that could be not quite the truth. There's a lot of times, and I want y'all to remember this, there's a lot of time that video comes out, and there's a story out there now to where videos can be manipulated and make someone say something they didn't. As a matter of fact, Trump's chief of staff, do y'all know who I'm talking about? AI broke into her phone, used her voice to create counts because it looked just like her, sounded just like her. Be cautious in this world we now live in. Technology is something else. Ford is recalling 1 million cars and vehicles because of the camera, the backup camera having a fault. They don't want you to be in an accident. Contact your local Ford dealer. And they'll tell you about if your car is one of the ones that's involved in this. Software malfunction is what they're calling it. The 21 to 24 Bronco, 21 to 24 Edge, the 23 to 24 Escape. Greg, what year's your truck?
21.
You got to go on back. 21 to 24 F-150.
What's wrong?
Backup camera could have a glitch.
I don't ever look back.
You don't ever look back. You just reverse and go. Uses a rear view mirror. He ain't going to use technology.
The record's in front of me. Ever since I was looking back.
The 22 to 24 Expedition. The 22 to 25 Trent. Boy, this is just about every car made. Basically, if you've got a car from anywhere from 21 to 24 and it's a Ford, just call. They'll let you know if your car falls under this. It's a heap of them. The list keeps going down through Mustangs and cars that I can't even pronounce that I didn't know they made. There's a lot of them out there that I don't even know about anymore there. We had some champions. Let me tell you about it from Minnesota. Chaplin Park, Minnesota. They had a shutout. Back-to-back games, the pitcher threw it. Softball champions, they were big victors. The only problem was Marissa, who pitched it, complete shutout as a little boy in little girls softball. Is that right?
Disgusting.
It didn't. And the parents would allow it. The coaches, are they forced to allow it? I don't know. But that's not fair to the little girls of this world. Y'all know that. I know that. Marissa should have been on the little boys' team. You fill in the blanks of where we need to go with that.
To church.
Church is a good place to start on that. let me get into this. Political. We're during a political race right now that will be decided come Tuesday. Everybody's always looking for an edge when it comes to getting reelected. So why not cause a little uproar in a community? They've done that in Colorado Springs, folks. It was the first time that Colorado Springs had elected a first black mayor. A few days before the election, a cross was burned. Some threats were made. And it turns out in the end, after investigation, he was burned. A lot of sympathy came in for this man, threats. It turns out that a radio host done it, and the mayor knew about it. In return, the radio station owner would get buys from the city for starting the fire and doing all this. And a full-blown investigation is underway into a hoax. And that's illegal. We'll wait to see what the courts say, but he's implicated him. He said the mayor knew all about what I was doing. That's dirty politics is what that is. And again, it goes back to what I said a minute ago. Be careful. We live in a world, y'all knew this saying when I was little, I heard it. Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Nowadays, you can't believe half of what you see or more than that because of AI. It is changing the world. It can make someone say something that they didn't. Be careful. Who knows if something's going to be dropped? Another video, things of that nature. And I always put that in there. If you'll notice, I put words in there, and I'm not going to show a video that destroys someone's life that I can't put my hand on the Bible and say it's true. You got to be careful in what you report. You can't do this either. You can be mad. Someone bullies your children. You can't just whip out a pistol and fire at the car of the people speeding off. A father has been arrested for bullying, shooting at some bulliers of his daughter. You can't do that. He's in all kinds of trouble in California over that. That makes you mad, but you can't do that. What happens when you get high and call the police? Well, you could be wrong. I guess the only time I really saw this, y'all watched Young Guns, didn't you? Where they were sitting up on the rocks there, and somebody partook of some mushrooms, and next thing you know, they were high as a Georgia pine. Well, they got so high, they called in to tell the police in California that their friend was dead. Turns out they were just all high. They just didn't know it. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. What else do we have here? We got somebody that works for the government, an IT specialist that's going to jail for a very long time because his political beliefs didn't align with Trump. So he started selling information to foreign countries, sort of to get even at Trump. A co-worker turned him in. They set it up. He's going to jail for an awful, awful long time. 28 years old. Life is ruined. After 40 years, a DNA breakthrough has helped. A 24-year-old man was killed in Iowa 40 years ago. DNA has proven who he is and who the killer is. Technology can be good if it's used correctly. There's a riffraff going on between the sheriff and the DA in New Orleans. The sheriff doesn't seem to like the DA, says that she's causing problems and should be removed from the case until they catch these other two people. We'll see what happens. On the way next, we're going to check your forecast. Julia is in. She wearing a dress today.
She did.
She did. Oh, all nice, eloquently. I almost said that wrong. Boy, look at that cold look I'm getting across the room. I was being...
You should open the refrigerator to cool things off in there.
Standing in the refrigerator. Julia looks absolutely stunning today. We'll share that with you coming up at 7. We'll be right back with the weather.
Hi, this is Nick at Doc's Toyota, and we are excited to put you in a new Toyota today. We have no dealer markup, no hidden fees, no hassle, and our inventory is always priced to move. Our top-notch sales department and first-class service after the sale guarantees you a fast and comfortable buying experience like you've never had. So come see why month after month, more and more customers have chose to buy from Doc's Toyota. So come see us here at Doc's Toyota in Philadelphia, at docstoyota.com or on Facebook, and remember, there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealers are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealers Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue. Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Our record highs, record lows, 1911, high of 98 there. 84, 48 as we look across this 82 for a high today. There is a chance of showers, but it's very minimal, and we expect it to be south of the Meridian area is what we're looking at this point. As we go to Alabama, we should see 82 in Demopolis, even over to Auburn, somewhere around 80 today. Nice weather there. This is that severe weather threat, and again, it's showing it further south. I just don't see it happening in Lauderdale County. We'll watch it closely. If that changes, we'll let you know. As we see this warmer weather there, especially from Lauderdale County south to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, our 7-day outlook calls for 82 today. 30 to 40% chance of showers by tomorrow, 0% chance with a high of 83. Sunday, 84. And as we'll get back to that 90-degree weather, small chances of rain start popping up about Thursday there, up to a 40% next Thursday. And as we go another week into this, by next Friday it's raining. 50% chance into the weekend. We'll get 85, 87. So we're getting near that 9-0 mark for the next 2 weeks. What does that mean? June rolls in, and then July will be miserable.
And August.
In August.
September.
Yeah, all of those months. Triple digits is probably what we'll see. What's happening with the fishing world today? We're going to have a wind that's southwest 5 to 10, but wind gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. That's going to be rough for those lures. As we get into best times to fish, 3:30 this afternoon till about 5:30. A minor time from 11:30 until 12:30. Sunrise happened at 5:49 this morning. And look at this. Sunset will not arrive until 7:56. Greg, I have to ask you something before we go live. Is that palm trees or marijuana trees that I'm seeing?
Oh, what? Oh,
He's got leaves on his too. Oh, I didn't know you. I'm not.
Is that a palm tree?
I don't know.
We're going to have our tree special. You were a forester, is why I asked you that.
The brand is glaucoma something. I didn't know.
It's a glaucoma dress. Join us, won't you? We're going to be live in just a few moments as we get ready for the morning show. It kicks off at 7. We'll tell you everything that's going on locally. Join us, won't you? It's all up and coming here at the Scotty Ray Report.